Tiny House Dreaming here. It is Saturday morning, June like 21st or 22nd or something like that. I have no clue. I've been home for the last week. I got home last Friday, like the 14th or 15th, whatever that Friday was. And is there ants? Oh my gosh. Got home Friday night, and it's the following Saturday. So not like the day after Friday, but the following Saturday. So I spent a good 7 days home because I left about an hour ago. It's about 3 o'clock right now. I'm in North Carolina, in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. I'm picking up an empty. And someone asked me to do a video about fifth wheel grease. So that's kind of why I came out here real quick before I hooked all the way up. They wanted for me to tell people about fifth wheel grease, was their specific request. I don't really know what they wanted me to tell people about it, so I figured I would just kind of give you a rundown of fifth wheel grease. This is your fifth wheel, this plate right here, and this whole sliding mechanism is all your fifth wheel. This is your plate. And basically, if you guys can kind of see that it's greasy, I don't know how well you can see that. The sun is shining off my camera, so I can't really tell what's there or not, like what you guys are seeing. But you basically have to grease your fifth wheel, because what it does is your fifth wheel goes, it's what the trailer actually sits on. Like when I slide my tractor back, the plate is gonna actually be sitting flat right under the trailer, and that's kind of what your trailer sits on. And your kingpin goes into, let me see, it goes into this hole, and there's locking jaws that locks it in. And what your kingpin is, I'm sure you guys know already, but for those of you who don't, this right here, this pin that sticks out is your kingpin. And if you can see how the hole is right there, the kingpin goes into the hole, and once it actually, when you connect to the trailer, it'll snap and the locking jaws will close around this, and that's what locks your trailer to your truck. This is literally the strongest part of a trailer. This is literally what is holding all of this weight onto your tractor. And if you can kind of see how it's greasy under here, is because, you know, metal on metal creates friction, right? And, you know, as it turns, because you got to remember that the tractor and the trailer, this is not a straight truck. So when you turn, your tractor is turning differently than your, there's probably a better way to say this, but it's turning differently than your trailer. So like your tractor turns and then your trailer kind of follows behind it. But it's not a straight truck like where a car, where the whole car or truck turns like this. Your tractor turns and then your trailer is turning separately. I mean, it's following your tractor, but it's not like one steady turn. You know what I'm saying? So because of the way it turns, it creates friction. The plate, the fifth wheel plate, and the bottom of the trailer, it creates friction. So you have to make sure that it's greased. And there is stuff called fifth wheel grease. You can get it at truck stops, at terminals, you know, anywhere that there's trucking stuff. And you have to grease your fifth wheel plate. So when you slide under your trailer, there's some type of lubrication. So as your trailer and your tractor is turning, as you're going down the street making turns, backing up, and your trailer is kind of sliding back and forth on the fifth wheel plate, that it's not creating too much friction or getting too heated or jeopardizing the integrity of the kingpin. Because mind you, like I just said, the kingpin is the strongest part of a trailer, and that's literally all that's keeping your trailer attached to your truck. So there's like bugs flying around me. So that's the importance of fifth wheel grease. And I'm not doing it now because my fifth wheel doesn't need to be greased, but when you do put grease on your fifth wheel, for any rookies out there, you want to make sure, like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I can tell that my trailer is at a good height. I'm not gonna have to lower or raise my trailer. So once I get back in my truck and hit reverse, I'm gonna be able to smoothly go underneath my trailer. But when you have fresh grease on your fifth wheel, and sometimes like if you ever see a bobtail, just where it's just the tractor, it's no trailer hooked to it, and you'll see like kind of a snaky looking shape of grease sitting on top of that plate. Well, that's what it is. That's you have fresh grease on your fifth wheel plate. And you always want to make sure when you have that the first time you hook up to a trailer, that you either lower your tractor airbags so your truck goes down a little bit, or you need to raise your trailer up a bit. You want the plate to not scrape. Like what happens is this plate will scrape up against here. And if it's perfectly aligned, kind of how this is right now, when you scrape up against it, all the grease will build up. Like you can kind of see a little bit of grease built up right here, but not a lot. You want to, when you have a fresh greasing on your fifth wheel plate, you want to kind of be a little bit lower than the trailer, not super low, okay? Because you don't want to overshoot your kingpin and have your kingpin go over. But be mindful of what you're doing. You're doing it on purpose. Go slow, but you want your truck or either your trailer to be a little higher, your truck to be a little lower, however it works. But you want to back under your trailer with the trailer a little bit higher so the grease stays in place until you actually make it under the trailer. Then you go ahead, and if you like lowered your airbags, you would put your airbags to go back up so it goes ahead and touches the top of the plate. That way the grease spreads out where it's supposed to under the trailer, and it doesn't all just rub off right there. I hope that makes sense. I know there's probably, I'm sure, a better way to say that, but that kind of gives you the gist of it. Other than that, I don't really know what else I would say about the fifth wheel grease. So I think it was my subscriber Israel. I think that's your first name on your YouTube. I can't remember exactly who asked me that, but hopefully that answers your question. And for anybody who's wondering what fifth wheel grease is, hopefully that gives you a little bit of enlightenment. I'm sure there's people on YouTube that maybe say it better or whatever, but that's my take on it, guys. But I'm headed to Bedford, Pennsylvania, to Walmart, and I have to go pick up my load though in Tar Heel at a Tyson plant, I believe. I've been there a few times. It doesn't actually pick up till early in the morning, so I'm gonna just go ahead and spend the night there. But I needed a fresh clock to drive all the way to Pennsylvania in one 11-hour drive clock. So that's the reason why I left home today. So I could get there in time to get my 10-hour break in, so by the time the morning comes, I'm able to head right to Pennsylvania. But I will be checking in with you guys along the way now that I'm back on the road. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. It's hot out here. I'm sweaty. Stewie's not sweaty, but he probably should be. But anyways, guys, talk to you later. Bye. Y'all, look at the horns on this big old bull. Up close, those things are huge. I love cows. If you guys know me, you know that I love a cow. But I've never seen a bull up close. I mean, not that I'm super up close, but the base of the horns are so wide. Like the circumference by their head, I didn't realize how wide they were. Oh my God.